there's nothing great about taking punishment, being able to talk, voicing your opinion, and then when you're in a position where you can't talk and you can barely walk, the world want to say that he don't see this fight going the distance, neither does I.
Floyd Mayweather, who went 12 grueling rounds with Manny Pacquiao, understands better than most how dangerous the Filipino icon truly is. That's why he's issued a serious warning to Mario Barrios, suggesting that accepting a fight against Pacquiao could be a critical mistake. While public opinion leans in favor of Barrios due to his youth and hunger, Mayweather holds a different, less popular view. He believes Pacquiao still has what it takes to defeat the reigning WBC welterweight champion. Boxing is a young man's sport, they say. Reflexes fade, legs slow down, and power diminishes. But what if the older fighter still moves like he did 15 years ago? That's exactly the situation Manny Pacquiao finds himself in today. Floyd Mayweather, who went 12 grueling rounds with Manny Pacquiao, understands better than most how dangerous the Filipino icon truly is. That's why he's issued a serious warning to Mario Barrios. While many analysts point to Barrios' youth and recent momentum, not everyone is writing Pacquiao off. In fact, several boxing legends are voicing their support for him, figuratively betting on Pac-Man to prevail. One such voice is Vasily Lomachenko, who recently stated that age won't be a factor in this fight. According to Loma, Pacquiao still moves just as well as he did a decade ago, coming from one of the most technically gifted.
He's very fast. And still Manny Pacquiao looks like 10 years ago.
But perhaps the most surprising endorsement has come from none other than Floyd "Money" Mayweather, the same man who defeated Pacquiao in the highly anticipated 2015 fight of the century. Despite outpointing Manny over 12 rounds and earning a unanimous decision, Floyd isn't dismissing Pacquiao's chances against Barrios. On the contrary, he's warning the younger fighter to not take this challenge lightly.
One of the most important things about my career was my defense.
Some critics try to diminish Pacquiao's legacy by pointing to his loss against Floyd. But let's be honest, losing to Mayweather is no shame. Floyd dominated an entire generation of fighters with his defensive brilliance and ring IQ. If anyone truly understands how skilled Pacquiao is, it's the man who shared 36 minutes in the ring with him. And Floyd's take now? He believes Barrios is underestimating the gravity of facing a legend like Pacquiao. It's not just about speed or age. It's about experience, intelligence, and that relentless warrior spirit Pacquiao brings every time he steps into the ring.
Day out, you go out there and he produce. And that's what it's really about. It's about producing a hell of a training team.
Let's be clear. Pacquiao isn't some washed-up fighter returning for a quick payday. This isn't an exhibition. This isn't a novelty comeback. He's stepping back into the ring to win. And if you followed Manny's career, you know. He doesn't take shortcuts. His discipline, training, and mental preparation are second to none. Of course, that's not to say Barrios is a pushover. He's young, has reach, and is hungry to make his mark. But overconfidence against a living legend like Pacquiao could prove disastrous.
He has so much experience, that man, he could get through anything. As long as they have the right plan, whatever they do, man, they have that, they'll be able.
What makes Pacquiao truly unique are the angles, the footwork, the unpredictable combinations that come out of nowhere. These are things you can't train for by simply watching film. You have to feel them in the ring. And by the
when I was in the back, Leonard said he don't see this fight going the distance, neither does I.
Floyd's concern seems rooted in genuine respect. Even though he won their bout, Floyd had to be at his absolute best to secure that victory. That wasn't an easy night. He knows from first-hand experience that Barrios may be stepping into something far more dangerous than he realizes. When you're Floyd Mayweather, undefeated and battle-tested, people often ask who gave you the toughest fight. Floyd has fought legends, De La Hoya, Canelo, Mosley, Hatton, and many more. But one name stands out.
At any point, did a fighter ever make you feel like...
When Floyd reflects on the toughest battles of his career, one fight always comes to mind. He remembers being in the third or fourth round, suddenly realizing the war ahead would be long and brutal. That fight? Manny Pacquiao.
No, but I've been in a fight. I get like in the third or fourth round, like, tonight gonna be a rough...
Yes, the same Manny Pacquiao who made boxing history by winning titles in 8 different weight divisions, starting at 108 lbs and climbing to 154. From flyweight to light middleweight, he defeated elite fighters and scored spectacular knockouts. Floyd admitted that Manny was relentless. "I had to keep my distance," he said, because Manny just wouldn't stop coming forward. Even with all of Floyd's defensive mastery, he knew this wasn't someone you could take lightly for, even a second.
One of the best fighters I've faced was Manny Pacquiao. He's a future Hall of Famer.
What the is it about Manny, man? He just don't stop coming.
But you know me, I keep my distance because he's real short. I keep...
In another interview, Floyd expressed amazement at Manny's career. How could someone move up so many weight classes and still be dangerous in every single one? It wasn't just the climb, it was the way Pacquiao dominated along the way. That kind of power, speed, and durability across divisions.
I want to say this to the world. It's amazing how a fighter can come from, I think, 108 all the way to 154 and knock out all these guys. To me, it's amazing. I guess he's just...
But it wasn't just Pacquiao's resume that impressed Floyd. It was the experience of actually fighting him. Floyd even said Manny Pacquiao was the best opponent he ever faced. Let that sink in. Coming from an undefeated legend who's faced a who's who of boxing elites, that's perhaps the highest...
The best fighter I fought probably was Manny Pacquiao because of his movement.
What made Pacquiao so difficult? According to Floyd, it was the movement, the strange angles, the unpredictable rhythm. Manny did things in the ring that no one else could replicate. His timing and position...
He's a hell of a fighter, and I can see why he won so many fights, and I can see why he's going down as a Hall of Famer. It's just certain moves that he...
When Pacquiao eventually retired, Floyd didn't hesitate to give him his flowers. He called Manny one of the greatest fighters of all time, praising him despite all their pre-fight trash talk. Once the final bell rang, Floyd showed nothing but...
Manny Pacquiao, I think that he's one of the best. He's one of the best. We was able to come together and not... We didn't come together when we wanted to, but we was able to come together and get a fan.
And now, Floyd is warning Barrios. This isn't just a casual opinion. He's genuinely concerned. "It's not worth it," he said bluntly. Taking that level of punishment from someone like Manny just to chase glory is a dangerous gamble. Pacquiao throws in volume, and even if you block half the shots, the rest still do damage. According to Floyd, that kind of sustained assault, especially from a fighter like Manny, can have long-term consequences on your brain, body, and future. Health.
Look at guys like Sugar Ray Robinson. You guys look at certain fighters like Muhammad Ali. There's nothing great about taking punishment, being able to talk, voicing your opinion, and then when you're in a position where you can't talk and you can barely walk, the world want to say that.
Mayweather has spent decades in the fight game. He knows what it takes and what it costs. That's why his advice to Barrios is simple: be cautious. In fact, Floyd even said that if he were in Barrios' shoes, he wouldn't take the fight. Not against Manny.
If I got to be put in that position to be great, then that's not for me.
So while the world continues to debate whether Manny is too old to compete, Floyd Mayweather is sending a clear message: don't sleep on the legend, because when that opening bell rings, age won't matter. The only thing that will is whether you're ready for the relentless storm that's coming.